Welcome to Billy Goat Tales, everyone. Thank you for tuning in on this Super Bowl Sunday. We might not have as many people in here today as normal because I'm sure everybody's eating their hot wings and preparing, drinking some beer and having some fun for the Super Bowl. So let's get going here. It says, by the way, a little side note, Tony, I don't know if you saw that. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. So just so you guys know that. But let's go around the horn. Say hello to everybody. What's going on, Jimmy Jim?
What's going on?
You look nice and comfortable and relaxed.
I'm getting ready for the game. We got hors d'oeuvres. We got football food. Have a big football food buffet. Watch a little bit of the game.
Send pics.
Lamar drive a nail in the coffin of Drake.
You think?
Oh, they're going to do the song for sure.
What's going on, Dave Digital?
What's going on, man? Just over here chilling. And a little bit of a trade on Bitcoin here. Looking for that take profit. Hopefully we can hit it live during stream, or I may just have to take the money. Don't be for a tick. You know what I'm saying?
Amen, brother. The Biomex, what's happening, brother? Good to see you.
I'm awesome like my daughter today. She got me this shirt. She just got back home from a trip from Chicago, nice and cold and windy Chicago, Windy City. And so she's doing good. Got her back home nice and safe. And we're going to celebrate the Super Bowl today with some jalapeno poppers. If for those of you who are not from the South or not from Texas, that's a bacon wrapped jalapeno with cream cheese inside. Really, really tasty. That's one of the things we've got in the oven for later on today. And I'm looking forward to getting back in with you all and chatting. I've been away for a week, so it's good to be here with y'all.
Yeah, man. Let's say hello to the chat. Who do we have in here? Jesse, good to see you, brother. Always good to see you, Jesse. Knoxville, one of the first guys came into. Andrea, of course, our mod. She's always here. Dark Crash, gonna tell you to drink water. Drink water, right, Dark Crash? Love to see you, brother. Pennywise, Ola, good to see you. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Of course, we got Jimmy Jim. We got and the BombX. We already got 28 people, which is awesome, just on YouTube. So thanks for popping in. Well, we're going to get right into the market, man. But we'll start with the bubbles. Let's hit the crypto bubbles.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That's what we always say. I know. Billy's really hoping we can stop saying, can you hear me now on stream and on X. But anyways, so I've got the crypto bubbles up today. So this is on the monthly chart. We're showing XCN is up 780%. Ultima 132. What else we got? A lot of red in the open sea there. Obviously, there's a lot of red throughout the space. Where's Pepe? Pepe's down 49%. That's one of our topics for later today. Pepe token frenzy. Let's check the weekly out. Oh, there's a little bit more green here. We've got Hex, PLSX, Ultima. Once again, I'm not sure Ultima it is. You all know about Ultima?
No, I don't.
No? All right. Well,
No,
I'm sure
tell us.
anybody who's...
I know the
I
people
don't
that
know
usually
about it.
drive them are terrible drivers.
That's with an age. I mean,
those Ultimas.
Long Ultima.
Trump coins down a little bit. What else? We have Theta. Just about everything is red. So, I mean, obviously, if you've been following crypto over the last week, we know that the market has been overall red, but we're still hopeful, or at least I'm still hopeful. On the day, a little bit more, at least on my screen. I don't know if some of y'all know, but I'm a little colorblind. So I'm working through it. But Virtuals is down, Trump's down, but we've got a little bit more green. So, or at least looks like it. Is it green? Oh,
yeah, a couple of
negative.
them.
Still negative
Yeah.
on a lot of them, but just not really extremely negative. So
Yeah, we shouldn't have our colorblind guy do the bubbles, should we?
yeah, maybe not. I said I would do it just because I thought I'd have some fun. But yeah, red and green are a little bit difficult for me sometimes. But no, it's all in good fun. Let's see what's positive. I don't see anything just positive. Oh, XMR right down here. XMR is positive, right there.
XDC.
Symbols. XDC.
PLSX is
Bitcoin's positively printing a big red candle right now. That's
there
positive.
you go. And I think Dave's trying to catch on a trade. So anyways, this is the bubbles for today? What do you want me to look at right now?
The
Hourly?
hour, yeah. See
All
what's
right,
going
let's
on.
check on that. Maybe there'll be a new coin out today. Look, I'm just speculating, right? There's probably going to be some Mahomey candle or Mahome token or Patrick or something. Anyways, on the hourly, not a whole lot of big changes. Of course, 3% on the traditional finance world is a huge jump, but in crypto, I think we all know 3%, 4%, it's not really that big of a jump. So hold your bags, hold them tight. Don't sell
Yeah.
them unless you feel like it's right. No, not financial advice.
Yeah, man. It's crazy what's going on out there.
All
Well,
right.
let's roll right into Dave. Let's roll right into the market update. Yeah, man. So you can see the dominance is at still 60, almost 61, 60.71 for Bitcoin. We certainly will not have altcoin season with a dominance up like that. The market cap's at 3.13. So it's down a little bit, almost almost a percent. And of course, Bitcoin right now is at 95.06. Let me just do a refresh. 95.06.137. Yeah. But look at this. Fear and greed at 35. So we're in this bull run and fear and greed's at 35. It's amazing to me. Something that you just have a hard time wrapping your mind around. At least I do, anyways. So
Yeah, and Ben Cowan was saying that we're not done yet. It's not quite off season. He was showing on a chart that it's not. It's still got a ways to go to the bottom of the value area. So he was saying we got a little bit more to go before we actually get into this alt season. And he seems to be pretty level-headed. A lot of the stuff he says is right on target.
oh, Ben Cowan is one of my go-to guys as far as fundamental analysis of the longer trends. He comes up with some really great, just different dynamics to look at, different charts to look at, and it gets your mind just a spinning, right? With like, wow, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I can't wait to meet him. He's one guy I have not met Ben, but I can't wait to meet him because he's certainly adding value to the crypto space for us. And he keeps you calm too, because when you start seeing some of the longer trend stuff and you start thinking, wow, is this the bottom or is this the top? Is where we at? He kind of breaks it down in a way that everybody can understand and really allow you to wrap your mind around it so you can get a better flavor of where you're at in the marketplace. So
Yeah, and I think in the pre-show, Billy, didn't you tell us that you did have a coin that was on your radar?
yeah, I mean, so I've been
So,
loading up.
so just 1 second.
Dave Digital, head of digital production at Billy Goat Tales. Love it, man. Well, so the ISOs I've been really stacking here lately. As far as different coins that are out there, that test coin TST, it's been moving today. We didn't. It's not rated on the bubbles, but it's been moving today. I personally have been buying. So just not financial advice. You guys do whatever is good for you. I'm going to do what's good for me. I don't mean to tell you this is what you should do by any means.
A test, TST.
The token is TEST, but I think the ticker is TST. But if you type in test, it's on Sol. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a new degen play. I haven't. I learned about it last night on Lifer's stream. Lifer was talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I got to check this out."
And you haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet, have you?
No. What I pulled the trigger on here in the last 48 hours has been the stables, man. When I say that, not stable coins, but like Solana, ETH, Cardano. What else did I buy? I can't remember. There's like 4 of them. XRP, more XRP, XDC. So I've been looking at more of the ISOs myself. And my theory, and it's just for me, it meets my investment timeline and horizon and my investment goals. But I look at it like this. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm buying quality coins that have real utility, and some of them just happen to be ISO certified. So if they do happen to go down, let's just say we all come to the conclusion that the top is in. I don't personally believe that, but let's just assume it is. Well, everything's going to go down, right? So I'm willing to hold those long term, just like I would hold my stock in my 401k. I
Yeah,
want
and the
quality
truth is, we
projects.
never know. We never know, is the top in or is the bottom in? We never know what tomorrow's going to hold. So
Yeah, we never know. We never know. So that's
Or
that's just what I'm doing. Everybody's doing something different, and that's fine as long as it works for you, right? So I'm also willing to hold my my Caspa for until next season, next bull run. So some of these are long-term plays for me. They're not the coins that I'm trading, So like I typically trade, I'll trade Bitcoin pretty much. I mean, I'll trade Bitcoin pretty much as far as trading bag. But my long-term plays are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, XRP, Polkadot. Those are long-term plays. My Polkadot's been beat up from the feet up for years now, right? But it's staked, and I earn, a dot and a half every day. And hopefully it comes up at some point in time because it has been beat up from the feet up. But hey, it's a good project. Polkadot was number 1 in NFT volume last week. So a lot of people don't hear anything about DOT, but that's because they're not going to look for it. I'm in some of those discords and things, and I keep my eye on it, on what they're doing. So it's great to see so many devs over there building on Polkadot too. What's going on, Pole Man? Good to see you. Dutchy, good to see you. DDT's in the house. Good to see you. Appreciate you guys. What's Andrea's question? Does the Netherlands watch the Super Bowl? Great question. I think the whole world watches the Super Bowl, right? I mean, I would think. I was in Korea for a year, and they all watched the Super Bowl, of course.
I think less and less people every year watch the Super Bowl. We'll have
Do
to
ya?
look and see if we can see what the numbers actually say, because that's really just a guess. But we'll have to see. Wonder what
Do you
Grok
think
said.
less and less people are watching it for the commercials now that you can watch the commercials early or through other avenues?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that does have something to do with it, because that was a good marketing ploy. Is get us to watch the Super Bowl for the marketing. I mean, it's really good, and it worked. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Let me ask.
Well, I just put a poll out there. So who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Do you think it's going to be the Chiefs, the ELGSES, if you know, Taylor, or Kendrick? So you never know who you all might pick.
Yeah, that's a good poll, Tony. We do have a guest in the studio today. We have, let me bring him up. All right, there he is. Jacob, how you doing, brother? Yeah, you're muted. Let me unmute you here. Let's see. Can you there you go.
There we go. How's everyone doing?
Good,
Good
good.
man.
Happy
us
Super Bowl
game.
Sunday. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, brother. So you got some stuff going on over there on the Cardano side of things. Of course, we're big Cardano fans. Our NFT project's on Cardano. Been Cardano a long time. We love Cardano. We love it.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on? Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us what you got going on over there on Cardano.
Hey everyone, I'm Jacob. I'm a new builder in the space, kind of. So I'm building it's an application that's similar to Bubble Maps IO, but it's for Cardano. And I've never built a DApp before. This is my first DApp, and I figured out how to pretty much do it with AI and come a pretty far way with it. And yeah, now I'm sharing it and continuing to work on it.
That's awesome. So what's the features, the advantages and benefits of it? What are we going to be able to do with this thing?
Okay, so currently right now, it's built a little bit more for the DGen crowd. You can pretty much go onto there. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna pull it up. Can I pull it up on
Sure,
the
yeah.
screen too?
You go down
So
to present, and
yeah,
once you pull it up, and yeah.
boom. There we go. So this is honeycomb.zone. It's a website that I'm working on. Pretty much, it's pretty straightforward. You go on.
We got a black screen right now.
Yeah, so it should
Okay,
be
okay.
it should be a black screen. It's
Okay.
got a little bit of particles in the background, search bar across the top, and I kind of walk through what it does at first. But
Okay.
all you'd pretty much do is go over to Tap Tools, find an asset you want to look at, and you paste it in the search bar, and it will populate pretty much like a bubble map. Well, I call it honeycomb, so it's a little bit different branding. But what it does right now is it looks up the top 100 wallets of the asset, and it groups them by stake address, so you can kind of see who controls the most of coins that you're trading, and kind of get a grasp on the top 10% of holders. So like I'm looking at my own coin right now, and you can see there's about 20% that hold the top percentage, and you can look on the left and see that there's a couple different addresses that have similar stake addresses, so those are grouped together. Also have real-time mint list, so if you're into trading like new meme coins that come out on Cardano, you can actually see them here first, click on them, and actually see as the wallets populate. So it's pretty basic for right now. I'm currently working on expanding it so it's a little bit more accurate. There's some issues with that, but yeah, that's the general use of it. I'd like it to eventually be where we can track transactions. So when a coin launches, you can actually see when one big wallet buys it and it spreads out to multiple wallets. So we can beat that kind of scamming and help the general trading ecosystem of Cardano.
Yeah, man. So in some ways, it's certainly like a wallet tracker. Is it pulling it from wallets or from stake pools or from both?
So I utilize BlockFrost to make calls to their API. So what I'm pulling is addresses of the asset, stake addresses from the asset, and then it's grouping them based on that information.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That makes sense. So
And Jacob,
on
you
the,
said,
go ahead.
sorry, Bill.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, and Jacob, you said you're using Tap Tools as well for their functions that they have to track the wallets.
No, currently I'm only using BlockFrost.
Okay.
Right now, the way I built it initially, I was actually just pulling from their API directly. And like I was saying before, I'm a new builder in this space, so there are some protocols that I don't quite understand, and I'm kind of learning as I go through this process. So right now, I'm trying to integrate the BlockFrost SDK into my project, so I'm making calls directly through the SDK. And that will actually increase the accuracy of the calls that I have now, and actually broaden the horizons for us, and actually give us more capabilities too, which I'm learning as well. So it's kind of a learning process through some of this, but at the same time, I'm really kind of like zeroing in on what you're exactly supposed to do in the ecosystem and to get the information the proper way. So I'm pretty excited for the next upgrades I'm making to the application, because right now there are bugs, there are errors, and there are some things that people are upset with. But with this new build that I'm working on currently, we're going to really expand our capabilities, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's always the ability to take people, you have that testing it for you and giving you that input. I think that's always very valuable. And Billy Goat Sales, we love people that just get into action and start learning as they're growing. That's what we strive to do as well. So go for it.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my community a little bit as well. It started out in a really, really weird place. I made a meme coin. I did this fun thing. It was not supposed to be this thing. I made like these games, and then I found out I could actually make dApps, and I found out that I could bring this like thing I had thought about, this passion that I had bringing to Cardano to life, and then it totally transitioned to this new thing. So shouts out to my community that has been with me and transitioned to our new brand and that whole thing. They've given me like actually like massive feedback on what I've done already, and like kind of like led the way on like what people want and what the community wants, and that's what I actually want to bring. And that, I think that's probably the coolest thing about everything, is I actually have people that are like rooting for me to get it done and like bring it to life. And that's the best part of it, everything, you know?
Absolutely. And that's what we're all about. I mean, you're out there building, you're in Cardano, you're a new dev out there, but you're actually taking action and doing it. And who's to say, if we can help you with your journey, we certainly want to. We want to expose those doers, those people taking action. And you never know. Like there's a lot of times we try something new and it fails, but then we just get up, dust ourselves off, we keep going, and eventually we get there, right? So we appreciate you, man. We appreciate the work you're putting in, especially on Cardano. We're big Cardano fans over here.
This isn't the first thing I've done in the Cardano ecosystem. This is more of like my like personal passion project that I figured out that I could bring to life, which is really, really special to me. I actually do marketing on the side and do some stuff for some other projects. Like if you guys are familiar with Ikigai Technologies and Ascent Rivals, have you guys heard of Ascent Rivals, the new game that's being built on Cardano?
Tony May, he's our gamer here. He's the Cardano guy, gaming side.
I tell you guys, I look into that. That's what I actually do, kind of like primarily in Cardano. But this is like kind of my fun thing that I'm doing on the side, which is pretty special too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to look into it. You said Ascent Rivals?
Yeah, it's called Ascent Rivals. It's
Cool.
on Steam for free right now. We're in alpha testing, soon to be in beta testing. We've run PAX Rivals West, we've run DreamHack Atlanta and Dallas. So we've actually won multiple indie game awards as a Web3 game, and are one of the very few Web3 games listed on Steam. So that's another kind of cool thing I'm doing in the Cardano ecosystem I'd like to shout out.
That's some big news.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get it onto platforms like Steam or other platforms that are used for traditional Web 2, people that are finding games, it's awesome.
We actually got a really special invite that we were a part of recently. So the Hydra Doom team in IOHK put together a tournament that they had at the HyperX Arena, if you guys are familiar. And we actually got to go meet Charles, meet his brother, and meet a bunch of other people and do a whole presentation for the game in the HyperX Arena, which was super, super special during the Doom tournament. So we're hoping it's the game really, really successful this year, and we bring a lot of eyes to Cardano and on board through with it. So we're really excited.
Wasn't that in Vegas?
It was in Vegas, yeah. It was in the
our Red Man from our team was there. He went there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
He met Charles too. He was all excited.
Yeah, it was a pretty special event for the ecosystem, to be honest. It's pretty bullish. People don't understand how much Hydra can like actually like bring goodness to gaming, and like bring clarity and fairness. So it's pretty special.
And speed, right? That's when they said
yeah.
they proved that the how many transactions per second was it?
Oh, I think they have recorded over 1 million TPS like successfully.
I think they did it at the game at that event is when I think Charles sent that out, that they actually proved it.
It might have been even like earlier, like around Rare Evo time.
Yeah,
if I remember correct. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it is pretty insane. Like we have technology that's there that's going to amplify Cardano like way past other blockchains, and people don't actually understand that yet. But it's like right on the horizon of happening.
Are you going to Rare Evo this year?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I should be. I should be there with Ascent Rivals. We should have a booth there. We were there last year, and I also helped out with like the crypto chips booth a little bit. So I would be surprised if I didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I had a little bit of a video that I put together, like a 20-second video. Do you want me to share that, Billy, with Redman standing there with Charles?
yeah, man, go ahead.
All right, here we go. That'll-
We can barely hear it.
Anyways, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Just a little
that's pretty cool.
fun thing to.
Yeah, he had fun out there. He definitely had fun. Well, he lives in Vegas, so I shouldn't say out there. He lives there, so he
Yeah,
just went
down
down.
this little drive down the road.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool, Jacob. We appreciate you taking the time to update our community. You're always welcome here, man. We'd love to stay in contact with us. We want to know what's going on the Cardano chain and the new developments happening. We do have
Yeah.
a lot of Cardano people that pass through here, and we've had Charles on our X Space. He actually came into our X Space last year, and so
Yeah.
it's great. It's great to see all this building going on behind the scenes, right?
100%. It's pretty special to be a part of. I'm really hoping the thing that I brought to life really is something that helps people and kind of protects people in our ecosystem, because we don't have something out there like that right now, you know?
So if somebody wanted to use that right now, what do they have to do exactly? Step them through that.
So currently, if you want to use the version that's released right now, you need to go and actually purchase some honey, HNY. That's the token that I have that I'm using the token gate and create a community with the project. You have to have 500,000. I think it's like probably $10 right now for access to the platform. I'm not trying to like really put up a big gate on everyone. I want as many people to come and like experience it, tell me what is wrong, tell me what they like about it, and really get involved with the community. You can join our Discord. You can find us on X at honeycomb_zone. But yeah, so if you want to just buy some of the token, you can test out the platform, and I will definitely hear you out for any suggestion you make. I will be pushing hopefully the next update within the next couple weeks. I'm still working through some of the problems that I have, but hopefully soon we'll be ready to rock and bring some real value with this whole project to the ecosystem.
That's awesome. Jimmy, you got any questions? Or Dave? Nope, you good?
No, it looks like a good tool. I'm interested to see where it goes for sure.
Yeah, you were talking about your community. Can you tell us a little bit more? I haven't followed you very closely. Can you tell us how long have you been building your community? Where is it biggest at? Is it on X? Is it on YouTube? Is it more in Cardano channels? Can you tell
Yeah,
us about that?
Yeah, I kind of
How
give
you
you the
built it,
origins
where
on
you're at?
that. Yeah, I kind of give you the origins on that. So this whole thing started with me kind of like wanting to do a meme coin and do something fun for the community. I didn't make any profit off it. I launched this meme coin called Sketch and vested a bunch of it and did this whole fun cartoon. These
Take me one step before that.
Yeah.
Who was the community? Was it the Cardano community, your own personal community?
Cardano community, yeah. So it
Okay.
kind of grew from me doing this, this whole thing, and it wasn't supposed to be honeycomb at first. It was just a fun thing that I was doing. It was supposed to be like a pure meme that wasn't gonna rug. That would be fun for the community to do, you know, because a lot of people know that the Cardano community is a lot of that BS. So I just wanted to do something fun and positive, just to do that. Through this process, I made some games with this meme, did this other stuff, and I had like this little community of people that were kind of doing like the whole meme scene, you know. And I found out that I could create this DApp, and kind of some time went by. I kind of made it realistic to the community that, hey, this could be something very successful in the future. And I don't really want it to be meme-fi. I want it to be a professional product with, you know, legitimate branding behind it. So pretty much me and the community went through a transition period for that, and a lot of people kind of stayed on and did the new token and got access through it with that. And it's just been people that have gone with me through this whole process of, doing all this.
So you said that you realized that you could create a DApp. So did you have desires before that? Like
I did,
so I
yeah.
used to pay
Yeah.
attention to Greg at DApp University and things like that. So I have an interest in that. And then when AI came out, I played around with it. I always seemed to hit a brick wall, me personally. But tell me about your interest in DApp. So why was that your natural progression?
So I was originally like a trader. So when I came and I got really more invested into the ecosystem, I realized that, a lot of the tools that other ecosystems had are kind of lacking on Cardano when it comes to the trading side. And that's one of my like favorite tools for like kind of degen trading. Yeah, I like that Bubble Maps kind of like exposes people before they even launch and get out there. It was always kind of a cool thing to me. So I had actually talked to one of my friends, Michael Yagi, about like what would it take to like make something like this, like kind of just asked him, spitballing, like, because I'm not a big dev at that time or anything, but I just was like, how hard would it be to make something like this? How would you go about this? Blah blah blah, kind of spitballing. And I always had like the idea back in my head. So I started playing around with AI. I used Rosebud AI to make these games for this meme, right? And played around with it, got pretty decent at messing around with that whole system. And they have a application on there that makes WebJS, AI, and other. It's like a kind of like a triple threat template where you can make these different kind of like websites using them. So what I did was like, wow, I'm going to try to make a dApp with this using like basically BlockFrost API and see what I can do with it. And just prompted it and prompted it and prompted it. And I'm not joking, it took hours of just arguing with this AI to make it get to the point where like it started spitting out information that I wanted it to, displaying information from the BlockFrost API, doing all these things, right? So I got it to a very, very solid spot in this program. I took that code, stripped it of all the Rosebud generic BS in it that kind of like talks about Rosebud and has all this default kind of mumbo jumbo in it. Stripped it of that, took it over to Vercel, which Vercel, if you're familiar with it, has its own AI chat that edits code, and you can also launch websites on that. So what I did was I took this code, put it into this AI. This AI organized it into a web page that is proper, and then I was able to launch it.
Nice, man. And so obviously you're using a lot of AI. Have you gone into anything with agents yet? What are your thoughts?
I haven't personally built agents myself. I've used agents that like I've used the Cursor agent because Cursor has a code agent that's built into it. But like personally, I haven't got too far into the agents. I think the agents they're kind of hitting a plateau of where they're at. You kind of see things like Talos where they're making small little improvements, but the AIs that are more basic than that, they kind of hit this like block, in my opinion. I actually had an AI that I had that I worked with a friend to bring to my project, and it did not function properly very well. So I kind of turned it off towards the beginning when we relaunched.
Yeah, I think you're onto something when you say that it may have hit a plateau. I mean, we got to look at it like they're toddlers. Heard somebody make
No,
that
they
reference.
are. They are.
They just have to learn.
The more you mess with AI, the more you understand like the limitations and how like kind of like simplistic their minds actually work, like they almost are children. So like when you're talking to an AI and you're trying to make a dApp, for example, you're giving it like SIP30 information. You're giving it different protocols that it's supposed to follow and all this stuff, and it actually like keeps it in its memory, builds things and learns from what it messed up on and continues to like edit it and build it out. So it's really like a very unique, it's like you're talking to some child and training this child to do exactly what you need it to do. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and I really wish that it would have, and I wish that they would get to the point to where it can remember all of our conversations instead of me
Yeah.
having to go back to the conversation and me remember where is that conversation and then
Yeah.
go back to it and then go from there. I wish it would remember all of our conversations and have more of
And
a general idea of what we're trying to do in my head.
I feel like
You
a
know?
big thing for that is like really the limitations on storage that we have, and like where they really need to implement cloud computing into this whole equation, because that's really what it comes down to, is like it only has so much, memory that it can pull on and store things on. So once we like get that part of the equation solved, and it's like more of a bigger, space for it to think, I think it's going to escalate like quite a bit at that point.
And you
Yeah,
said
you know,
you're interested in trading. Were you talking about do you long-term trade? Do you short-term trade? Do you watch any content creators like Frankie Candles or Tom Crown, Jason Casper?
I
Tell me
was a
about that.
big AJ Wright's crypto fan. I'm part of his community personally. I've done a little bit of that leverage trading. Personally, I am a kind of a long-term guy on crypto. I'm very bullish on the future of crypto. And there's a handful of projects that I really love. I would say Cardano obviously is one of the best, projects out there. I'm a big Algorand guy. HBAR, VeChain, XRP, all the American crypto companies I'm super bullish on. I'm super bullish on the fact that Trump's president, and we're going to be like trying to make America the hub of crypto. So I'm super bullish on all of those things. Personally, I got like a 10-year forecast on this whole thing. I'm going to, life is a roller coaster, but every point that I can really get as much as I can into this ecosystem, I'm probably going to, because I see the future of, finance in the world being crypto and blockchain.
Yeah,
Very
man. And for
nice.
me, as a USDT whole coiner, the future is bright.
Yeah.
Dave's long on USDT.
Hell yeah.
He is a master of risk tolerance.
I can see him with the charts up. I love that.
Oh yeah.
What's he looking at today? Bitcoin? It's falling off the cliff today, I'm sure, because of Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it keeps on falling all the way down to 93.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just trying to get funded on Breakout. So that's my Breakout account. And
I haven't
just trying
dabbled
to-
with Breakout. I've seen it. I don't have like I love trading. I haven't had the time since I started building all this stuff and kind of like doing more for the ecosystem. But how is Breakout?
I like it. It's fun. It's challenging to me. Now, some people, you see them like, I got funded in one day. I'm on try number 6, and but it's worth it to me, and it's fun because it's hard. It's challenging. It's like a puzzle. I haven't broken that, because you have to
I'm
do
jumping
things
in
differently.
too.
You really, on the small level, you only have $250 to play with, basically. Like that's all you could lose,
Yeah.
and you need to make 500. So it's tough to play those little bit of margins. On a regular trading account, you can go 30x leverage, and if that trade, because you only put $50 or $100 in there, goes down 30%, you don't give a crap. It's no big deal because that was part of your plan, is it goes down 30%. But because that's all you put in there. But on the whole account, like in Breakout, it's different math. And so it makes it's harder,
Yeah,
And so
for sure.
I'm just interested to see when I can get through it. I'm getting closer this time, so we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Bomex, you had a question.
Well, when I spent some time in El Paso last week, I got to go over to Army Piper's house, spent some time with Rick over there. And he was, going back to the AI stuff. He said he took about a year to train his AI, interaction bot. I think he calls her Pam. Now that she can respond to him when he's on stream, so he'll actually ask Pam on stream questions. She'll say hi to the alumni academy, folks, the alumni there over at Piper Academy, and she'll say hi to the team and then respond to his questions. But he had to feed that several articles, had to kind of talk to it, tell it to not only ask questions back to him, but actually provide the answers based on the information he provided over a year before he started using it. So that was pretty unique. And then, of course, we used AI quite a bit. I created a workflow for using AI to help us to launch our NFT book. So and write that from the 30 spaces that we recorded over back in 2023 to 2024. So yeah, I mean, AI takes quite a bit to make sure you're inputting. As I've been working on the back end to learn and implement more, you know, you have to actually add that memory part, right? That you're talking about, Jacob. You have to add memory. Otherwise, it's going to not even know that you just asked that question before. You have to add memory into that.
Yeah. You almost like, I like to say it's almost like collaging information together, because what you're doing is you're searching the internet for, you know, certain ways that you can, like, you know, do certain things. Like I was saying with the SIP30 before, you can look up pretty much like SIP30 and get all the code that you need to like build a wallet connect, and you just take that and put it in AI and it will like actually connect the blanks for you. It's pretty impressive.
Oh, are you talking, Tony?
Oh, yep.
There you go.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, with people with maybe limited coding experience or none, they can use that and kind of test things out, and then hopefully have some community members or someone who can do some double checking.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually pretty grateful for that, as I have some friends that are very successful devs in the space. So if I need to lean on them for things, I can, and that's pretty special. So
cool.
Well, Jacob, thanks for taking some time and joining us at Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you, man. It's always good to talk to another Cardano guy, and good luck on your ventures. And if we can do anything to help, let us know, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Just hopefully I'll be sharing with everyone when the protocol is like right where I want it to be and it's like perfect. I'm going to be like up in the marketing quite a bit. I think once that time comes around. I'm being a little bit stagnant about it now, but yeah, if you guys want to support, you can buy some honey and hold. That would be the best way to support me nowadays. But yeah.
Gotcha, brother.
Cool. Well, and Jacob's the Honeycomb Zone account is pinned up in the top of the chat. So if anybody wants to go follow him on his community, find out more on X, it's pinned up at the chat. So,
hell yeah, thank you.
Have a good one, Jacob. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
It's a really awesome guy, man.
Yeah, man. And remember, community, that we meet these folks about the same time as you do sometimes. So we're just getting to know them like you're getting to know them. Definitely do your own research. Don't jump into any project that you don't know about. He's definitely got some great vibes, but, you know, we're just meeting him like you're just meeting him. So, you know, dig in, follow him on X, get to know him a little bit better, follow his work. And then if you feel like that's somebody that you want to support, jump in and support him, you know?
Yeah, that's key. That's key, because we want to bring all these builders on, all the people in the community actually doing something. It's actually taking action. And it doesn't mean we're buying their coins or endorsing them. It's exposure, right? It's like, hey, check this out. Look what this guy's doing over here. It might interest one of you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So we're just trying to get the exposure out there.
Yeah, it starts with an interest us. You know, we somewhere along the way, one of us met him, and Billy met him and decided, wow, this guy's pretty interesting. So we just meet him as a family. You know, we bring him home and let him meet mom and dad, and, you know, let him meet the kids and let him meet the nieces and nephews, and we'll just see where it goes from there. Y'all do the research, and if there's anything bad, let us know. And if there's any gems, let us know.
Yeah, that's right.
Billy, is that a 4-finger glass of whiskey that you're drinking on a Sunday afternoon?
That's unsweet tea, Dave. It's not even a beer. It's not even a beer. It's unsweet tea.
Well, welcome, Trade Intuition, Alex O, Mike Vollmer, Jesse. Who else? We still got Poman in the house, Andrea, Jimmy's sitting there on the couch like some people mentioned, but at the same time, who else? What else we got going on? Cryptic Crab Man. You see anybody else in there right now that's new to the chat? I see that we've got 59 viewers on X. If you guys want to chat with us on X, jump in that chat stream. I'm right there with you.
And I want to remind everybody that this is a very special episode. We will not be losing Tex-Mex Biomex at about the halfway point. We're going to have them through both of the hours. So we're really excited about that. So everybody stay to the end, and you'll see that Tex-Mex Biomex has been with us the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Dave.
Oh, we miss you when you have to go.
Biomex, boom, 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 boom. We good.
Well, I'll be with you for the next couple of weeks, which is nice. I'll have the change of pace for the next 2-3 weeks. I'll be able to stay for the whole stream. So
well, that's awesome, Tony. So What else do we got to talk about? Well, the Super Bowl, of course, we're going to get into the Super Bowl today, just because it's Super Bowl Sunday, right? So, going to go around the horn. We also will be getting into some of the news with the Crypto Czar that put out some stuff that Trump picked, and we're going to get into a little bit of that Pepe airdrop. So we got some stuff lined up. But Dave, who's going to win the Super Bowl, man?
First, let me just send out a spoiler. The Pepe airdrop is a scam, so do not go follow any of those links. But
That is a spoiler.
yeah, sorry. I don't want anybody going and looking and be like, "Oh, Billy Gotel said Pepe airdrop."
Oh
Hold
no,
up.
no, yeah.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a spoiler, so don't go looking for that. But about the Super Bowl, I think I've heard it a couple times and I agree with it. I think Taylor Swift is going to win.
And the poll agreed with Jimmy. The poll says Kendrick's going to win. So there you go. We had 17 responses, and we'll figure out what's going on next.
Who you think's going to win, Tony?
Well, I'm rooting for the Eagles. I'm not necessarily a fan of either team, but my nephew is a really big Eagles fan, so I'll root for the Eagles.
Shout out your nephew. What's his name?
Christopher
Shout out to
Gomez.
Chris.
Yeah, he just had a baby boy. Luca is the middle name. So Luca Lucha Libre Gomez.
Orale.
Orale.
What about you, Jimmy? Who's going to win the Super Bowl besides Taylor Swift? Dave stole your thunder.
I think it depends on what team show up, and really what team shows up for the Eagles. If the last game Eagles show up, it's going to be a great game. If they do what they did the two previous games from that, yeah, I think it's going to be ugly. But for my son's sake, he's a KC fan. He loves KC. I hope they win.
Okay. So
He just photobombed you.
somebody did. Yeah. The boy.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm really surprised he's not in full KC gear. Oh God, there he
It's
goes.
still early. It's still early.
He
So
just took
Jimmy was
off
telling me
running.
he did not put money on the game. Did either of you guys put any money on the game or any of the prop bets?
I didn't.
Yeah,
No.
me neither. Tony,
No.
nothing?
What's that?
Did you put a bet in the game?
I didn't put a bet on the game. I did buy a square. For those that buy squares, I bought a square. I forgot I bought it. I bought it last
What's your
year at the
numbers?
last Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone. I don't even remember.
Yeah, we'll have to have something to go for. We'll be rooting for your numbers. Are
I
you
think
going
I
to
have
split
a
it with
chance.
all of us?
Quarter. I don't know about that. I think I might have to buy some crypto. I'm not going to worry about trying to get that Pepe airdrop though. Good looking out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at my phone. I took a picture. There it is. Let me see. So my fourth quarter numbers are pretty good for the final, ending in 7 for the AFC and the NFC ending in 4. So I've got a 7 and a 4 for the final quarter. I think that's a pretty good option. I've got 9s and 8s on the first, second, and third quarter, and what else? And 5s and 8s and 1. So that might be a little bit more difficult, but yeah, fourth quarter. I'm looking. Last year, I won one of the quarters, and that was probably a 3 times payout of what I put in. So it's pretty exciting.
What are you going to do with all your winnings? Are you headed to Disneyland?
I don't think that winnings will be more than 3 digits. So if I win a quarter, it's usually like a 3-digit win. It's nothing outlandish.
Shopping like 100 air.
There you
Team
go.
shopping like 100 air.
Yeah, you get more bang for your buck, I guess. But I don't want to buy from China. Not me.
But
I'm sure
China.
most of our stuff comes from China, but
My
try not to buy
brother-in-law
too
orders a lot from Temu, and he gets it. That sometimes comes in like somebody's car delivers it, like a local delivery driver. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, a lot of those services use third party or like what do they call it? They call it the last mile delivery services. So it might go through carriers, and then the last mile delivery service will drop off either at UPS somewhere or something, and then kind of like Amazon uses regular folks to do some of their deliveries. It's just the last mile transportation. I've done some of that last mile delivery of like construction stuff with my truck on the weekends. Every now and then there's an app that just lets you do some deliveries for like construction goods. So that's been fun. I like doing that.
Billy, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I want the Eagles to win. Not that they're not my team, but I'm just not a fan of Patrick Mahomes, man. I don't know. He's good. He's probably one of the greats now, but I don't know. I've just never been a fan. He kind of reminds me of Seth Curry, and I've never been a fan of Seth Curry too. I don't know. They just seem a little whiny to me. Like, I just get up and take your hit and get up and keep going. Don't always lay down and whine, cry, and they both kind of, to me, do that. And I'm just not from that generation, man. Just get up and keep going. Just keep going. Keep your mouth closed. Keep on going. But can't take away his talent. This three-peat. It'd be awesome to be alive when any team three-peats. It doesn't happen very often. It'd be great for Kansas City. But I'm more of a Cleveland Browns fan, which if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you know what pain and suffering's all about, right? So, and the Eagles are right there. They're always a good team, although the AFC, Kansas City. But yeah, let's see. I think Jimmy's right. I think if both teams show up like the best version of themselves show up, it's going to be a great game. Typically, though, one of the versions show up and the other one doesn't, and it blows out, right? So it's kind of like the Ohio State-Oregon game. So Ohio State, lost to Oregon during the regular season by 1 point. But when they came back to play them in the playoffs, they just blew them out because the Ohio State version of that team, they woke up and they just showed up to play, and they blew them out, right? And so anything can happen on any given day, but let's just hope both best versions show up so we can watch a great game. That's what I want to see.
Yep, any given Sunday, like you say. Looks who we got backstage, boys.
We got someone backstage.
You guys what an intro, man. Good job! Let's go, Eagles!
What's going on, Alex?
Oh, man.
What's up, Alex?
Man in black over there.
What's going on?
Black.
I could take off the background remover. You guys could see my office. I could do that for you guys. I don't mind. I'll show you.
Either way works.
Kind of
we
deal.
like the Man in Black.
Yeah,
we
got the office.
There you go.
My grandfather's, I don't know, my grandfather's sword here.
Nice.
This is whenever
wow.
I have a mod, I knight them to introduce them. I give the knighting ceremony.
That's awesome.
And your studio is so professional now, bro.
Billy Goat Tales. Just saying hi to the guys.
It's
doing
so
our Eagles
professional in your
dance.
studio. Look at you.
It's getting
You used
there.
to have a mattress back there. Where'd the mattress go?
I used to have a mattress, man. You got to start somewhere, man. I had a Wish.com microphone. I used to make my wife actually, when I started streaming, I used to make my wife get our cheap internet router and stand in the crane position on our balcony.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
in
could get enough. She would be out there, and I'd be like, a little to the left, please. And we did what we had to do. We got there. We got there in the end, but that was a big part. I mean,
did you ever have to do that as a kid with the TV antenna?
Oh yeah, I was the remote. I was, born in 1990, so I still had that, those first 10 years of really being the remote. The doof, 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 doof. That was me.
Oh, yeah.
With the big wooden 500-pound TV. I was a victim of that, but that was. We were talking about lava lamps. Every kid had a lava lamp back in those days, and the good old days, and the anti-skip Walkmans where you'd walk down the road and it'd be it would sound like when you listen to like a rap song and it bleeps out the swear words. That's what it was like listening to every single song, right? It was one of the and you're trying to hold the CD player even. That was the life, man.
I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I didn't have any lava lamp. I had a lava lamp, but I didn't have a lava lamp.
And data debate. We always have that debate on the live streams.
Creek or crick, right?
Roof or roof, Dave?
Yeah.
That's 100% roof.
It's
How you guys doing, man? Super Bowl day, Trump's in the house. A beautiful American tradition, man. This is awesome.
living large, brother. It is awesome. Wish we had a good pump going on right now in crypto just to cap everything off. But hey, I think this pullback was needed, brother. What do you think? What do you think about the whole market right now? What we got you, Alex?
It's no, this is a beautiful SFP that we just hit right now, coming down into like our golden pocket on the regular time frames right now. But we've just been trickling down. It's really humbling out, a lot of people who I think are overexposed to altcoins. I think that's literally it. It's like, whether you want to say the market's over diluted, 11 million tokens, right? Whether you want to say it's really like where's your allocation and what kind of portfolio allocation do you have? Like I'm 80% Bitcoin, right? So for me, I'm 9% down, right? Versus, I'm probably, I would say about, 20% down on my altcoin portfolio, but it's not humongous, right? So it's like, where you allocated. I think people who are like really into altcoins, I mean, they're obviously in a lot of pain right now, which sucks for them. Like, but as a trader, we always talk about this, and it's like you have to keep your trading separate from your HODL portfolio. It's like a must, right? Otherwise, you're gonna misjudge the market all the time. So just trying to, I still think the bull run's still going. Like, there's no reason why it's not. But it's like a lot of people are in pain right now. So it's just like, okay, guys, we'll be all right,
Remind me, Alex, do you have an in and out strategy like Jason Casper does, to where he's going to get out of Bitcoin at this point or at these 5 points, and then he's going to get back into Bitcoin at these points? Or do you just have your trading, that's your income, and then you just leave your bags for life?
So I'm always going to have at least 3 Bitcoin for me and my family. That's always like no touchy kind of deal. And then we do monitor top signals. So we watch like the new pull, the MBRV, a lot of M2 stuff, and like bottoming signals on the USDT, dominance, stuff like that, rotation wise. I'm trying to call, typically, like we have about 4 traders who are all kind of watching it. And, last peak, which I wasn't involved in, they were off by about $8,000 off the highs. So, I mean, we have targets, but it's also like, as a community, we really are going to be watching that of when to kind of get out and run away kind of deal. So yeah, I am looking to rotate a lot. Like I'm planning on selling all my altcoins, full disclosure, and rotate those profits into Bitcoin from bear market. So that's kind of my plan, and we'll go from there. And I think it goes to show you, like, obviously I wasn't part of last cycle, but it goes to show you why it's so important to be heavy Bitcoin, right? It's just like, I mean, very big dilution. It's going to be a lot of bubbles that are getting popped. But I mean, for me, I'm in top 100 tokens too for the altcoins. I'm not in, fart coin or stuff like that.
Are you saying you don't have a big butthole bag?
No, we actually took a swing long on Butthole, and I was actually very upset I didn't get into Butthole this weekend. So if we want to go down that route for Dave.
Yeah. So to clarify, you're a little upset you didn't get into Butthole this weekend?
I got into Suey instead, my friend.
I'm not sure if I know the reference, but I do know what you mean when you didn't get into Butthole.
Okay.
He's pushing it. He's pushing it.
Billy.
I sometimes I can't,
He's pushing.
We're
like when I can delete him when he's a mod, or like when I'm a mod and I can delete it, but I can't do anything live. It's
we all love Dave, man. Dave,
I love
you're
Dave.
Great, man. You bring a good laughter and banter to the industry, and we need people like you, man.
That's right.
Especially in times like this.
Yeah, man. No,
Yeah.
the takeaway from last bull run is what you're talking about for me, Alex, which is I learned, right? The last cycle, I learned that I need more Bitcoin. So that's what I did loading up in 22 on Bitcoin, So like it's not 80% of my portfolio, but I would say it's like 65, 70 last I looked, somewhere around there.
Mhm.
So it doesn't feel so bad, when you buy in Bitcoin at 16.5, 19.5, and that's what I was
That's
before
some
stream.
good
I was like,
average, Billy.
it's
Holy smokes.
95. It's like, what's everybody freaking about? It's $95,000, man. It's like, but
Yeah.
it was a painful lot. I mean, I learned that through the last cycle, right? It was like, oh man,
Mhm.
these alts got beat up from the feet up, and had to round trip it, right? Had to round trip it. So
Yeah. No, I'm so happy I listened to people like yourselves and Tom Crown and just Cryptos R Us, like all of there's a lot of solid people who were saying like, okay, we're gonna get into altcoins, but it was like, and I was like 9 months, 10 months into crypto at this point where I made my biggest, my biggest purchase, right? But it was mostly into Bitcoin, right? So I mean, I thank God that I think I have a good kind of like BSO meter of like people in the industry, which has actually saved my ass. And it's like, well, it's giver's game philosophy, right? I want to be surrounded by people who are trying to help you rather than really make a buck off you, right? And
Yep.
I think I've always like gravitated towards that, and it's saved my bacon now, man. I mean, my God, big time, big time.
So you are Eagles fan?
I am not. I'm a Raiders fan, as
Okay.
every North American who is not in the States should be. I mean, everybody in my area tends to be a Bills fan because Buffalo's quite close, or they go like Cleveland, or they'll go Lions, generally because we're in that kind of horseshoe down there. So for me, I've always been. I mean, I was a big NWA fan like as a kid. So for me, it was like I'd be rocking the Raiders jersey just because of the music, right? So I mean, I've always, gravitated towards them, and I mean, they've been tossed around like crazy lately. They're all over the place now, like in Vegas and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but me, I'm mostly hockey, man. I'm a hockey guy, right? Hockey and baseball, but I love the Super Bowl. It's like you're there for the commercials. We have Super Bowl parties up in Canada, all the same, where we pick like where they're gonna score. I mean, even me and my grandfather have a little bet going on tonight. He's like, the Chiefs are gonna win, and I'm like, okay, and he's probably gonna be right, but who knows? I like the underdog and the three-peats trying to be broken here, and I hope they lose.
No knows. Never bet against no. I learned that in the very early days.
I think they did cheat a little bit in that last game, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not here to cause, but that catch that they ruled as a catch, it definitely hit the ground first, for the Chiefs. But I'll stay out of it. I mean, it's not my country, and it's
So
not my.
somebody did make the argument that great players and great teams do get calls. It's just part
Absolutely.
of naturally how you see things. But like if you're saying that the ball dang hit the ground with instant replay, something doesn't matter.
Right.
So Alex, what was it like in Australia watching the sports that you like? Was you able to?
So I'd be watching the Leafs playoffs games at like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Man,
Yeah, man, because they're completely opposite. And learning how to trade there, like I really had to learn how to time block, which was actually really good. Like I would trade Asia there, and I'd only trade that session. Like I'd work, then I'd come home, then I'd trade that session, make a video, and then I'd go to bed and do it all over again. So that's really how I started trading. But yeah, you're literally like 12 hours away from civilization, and that's just going to like Bali, Indonesia, like anything that's kind of close. And then like to get back to North America, it's like at least a 15-hour flight to the West Coast, right?
yeah.
So you feel that's a lot of the reason why we came home, because you feel like you're on a different planet, like literally.
And how long were you down there?
A year. I did a 1-year working visa there as a carpenter. They just like, here you go, please come and help. So that was really good. Same with in the UK. I did a 2-year working visa there as well. So I was in the UK for 2 years, then I was in Australia, and then I've now come back to the motherland.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
It was good. Lots of finding of self when you travel. It's very important.
Well, it's like you're in the military. You get to go to these different countries and do your job, and then you get to come home,
Absolutely.
which is awesome. I see DDT's down here. Let's
Pull
bring
up
up.
DDT. I'm gonna go and have. Oh, I love.
I was a little
those are
premature on
great,
that.
man. I'm gonna jump off though. I just wanted to come by. I shared it out to my Discord. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you guys for being part of the family.
Always. Otter gang,
Otter
gang.
Thanks,
Love
Alex.
you guys. Take care.
Love you too, man.
Yep.
What's going on, DDT in the building?
Good evening. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, I don't know if everything's on, but yeah, all good.
We got you.
Sure.
We got you.
Chilled weekend price action wise, so could actually get some stuff done rather than having to worry about all this weekend volatility. And we've just had a little bit of a sweep, like Alexo said, had a little bit of a liquidity grab, SFP. So up to Asia now to let us see what's in store for the week.
Well, before you get started, who you picking to win the Super Bowl, man?
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay.
Yeah.
No hesitation. Jumped right on it.
Yeah, I'm also not a Mahomes fan. Just, yeah, one of those. I've got a very contrarian opinion that he also can't take a sack. So he's a glorified Tom Brady, put it that way, to be really contentious.
We see things similarly there, DDT. But hey, I don't want to. There's probably a lot of people who love what they've brought to the city and to the championship, historical, that whole Kansas City Chief thing, right? I'm happy for them. I really am. But man, I'd rather see the Eagles win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I kind of always favor the underdog. That's pretty much as well. I think Eagles are the underdogs. And what time? It's only starts at like 6. Was it ready? Are they already on now? Anyone know?
Yeah, it's all pre-game.
It's pregame now.
Pre-game,
Lady
okay.
Gaga was just sitting in the middle of French Quarter singing, and now they got Master T and Southern University out on the field performing some pre-game stuff.
We will dip into it after in a little bit here. Tony's are like able to dip into these different streams and things, so we'll do that after we go through some charts.
There isn't
there-
really much to. I'll share my screen, but
Oh man,
so for now, if anyone can see that, there's not really much to. Yeah, not really much to report. So obviously, we've got the macro range. I'll show this every single week, but macro range. Obviously, now we've come down from the macro value area higher at 103.5. We've come all the way down to the POC. We're now rejecting the POC on a few daily candles. So it's pretty much a full volume profile rotation. At this point, I think as well for anyone that's been in Frankie's streams, daily money flows flipped red. It's kind of just bing bonging between red and green at the moment. So, but also as well, you got your stocks and your RSI within markets up be also trending to the downside. So a little bit more downside could be expected. And also as well, now that the fact that we're below the POC, value area low pretty much should, if everything, you could still, the only kind of contentious thing here to say that why this wouldn't play out, because you still got a higher low at the moment, although you've pretty much broken structure, or you are kind of breaking structure like 4 hour and down. So you're like mid time frame bearish, but still higher time frame bullish. It's lots of chop at this point. So we could reverse from here. We could go back up a bit and then down. So it's not unlikely, and it could be a peculiar situation where all of a sudden we could get a yeet up rather than the full rotation just yet. But the full rotation down to the value area low is inevitable, would probably be the better word. Wouldn't say it. Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes you can have a mid-level, a mid-volume profile kind of stall out, then start changing structure and go up again. We found that with the, obviously won't show it, but with the old range between like 50 and 73K, we had that as well. On the very last attempt, they did the swap down, which could be this in this range. And then they started building higher lows and higher highs to get out of that. And it's out of that on the Trump inauguration or whenever it was. Yeah, the not the inauguration, the election result. So, but for me, it's just the money flow at this point. So I'm more favoring down. I hate to be bearish, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing. There's not really that much. And also as well, where we came down now is just a local golden pocket. So between, let me just double check which low and high it is. So it's just this whole section of price action here. I pulled a volume profile between this low and this high. And we've still holding still for the most part holding the local golden pocket. We've swiped it, and also as well we've and we lock the fibs. We've pretty much swapped that low now. So, but because also as well SFPs, it's a bit weird here that you would SFP just here and then make your way all the way back up to the top. So, and also money flow and everything is just still looking not good. So for me, it's still, we could get a temporary bounce here, but there's just been no real change of structure yet. We need to break this high. Need to break 96.7 to start actually. So if we can creep up, then get above there, continue up, that's probably the slight bullish case. But this is also around the POC. So you're probably just going to trend up to the POC now, more than likely. And then that would, yeah, probable. We don't really have got 5-minute bullish money flow or green money flow. 15-minute, yeah, it's iffy.
Wow.
But they've done the swap of the liquidity, so they swapped all the weekend liquidity basically as well. So if you look at I've got my weekend trap. Kind of, you just got this whole consolidation here. Oh, sorry, that's a bit off, but yeah, you got this whole consolidation, trap high, trap low. You can see we've just gone sideways the whole weekend. We had a small deviation above, and we've had a small deviation below. So now also as well, what they do is they trap this around the CME close. The CME close, or according to the Bybit, obviously if you go onto the BTC 1D CME actual chart for Bitcoin, then futures for Bitcoin, then you will see the kind of, yeah, it's probably higher. I think it's like 96, 97, but for this chart specifically, they've done the deviations and done the sweeps of the CME. And now generally when this happens price action wise, this is when Asia will now decide what you've done, what to do, because obviously we've had the high and we've had the low sweep. So that's kind of Bitcoin lows. Where I'm thinking if we go lower quick, we have the full range. The only reason, yeah, so we have like a temporary point here, a 786 temporary point at around 93,600 with the 786. Also of this move, so this candle, the low to the high, kind of intermediate lows and highs, really, not really a full volume profile pull. So 93.6 could be the first stop as a DMPOC there, or if we get the full rotation again, if you go low to high, you've literally got your 786, 886 on your value area low. So that's basically Bitcoin. It's just going sideways, really. There's no real much price action. And for me as well, obviously I missed this move, but I don't really like trading weekends. So I just prefer to wait till New York open tomorrow or see pre-New York. So what I look at is what's called the London kill zone. So that's like 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. my time. So it's like 6:30 a.m. EST to 7:30 EST. There's a zone there where pre-New York you'll see price stop moving, and that's kind of what you kind of get a glimpse as to what's possible kind of going into New York open. Then obviously New York reverse that a little bit, take some liquidity, and then obviously get the true direction. But it's basically what happened last week. So I would think because they've swapped down again, it's probably going to be a green Monday. Maybe Asia will swap down lower, green Monday, and then further down continuation.
Nice.
So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts at the minute. But I think it's quite aligned with what probably you would think a lot of TA analysts and that and the like are saying at the moment.
Right.
It's just not looking all that bullish. We need some hopium, yeah.
So can you let's say hello to chat, and if you can pull up Cardano, we'll do that one next as well. But let's
May
say
have
hi
do
to
that live.
okay. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Wifey's in here. We had Army Piper. He's going out to make some hot wings, I'm sure. He said, I'm going to go get ready for the Super Bowl. We have Dutchy in here. We have, who else we have in here? I know I saw somebody else. Oh, In and Out. Rocco. Good to see you, Rocco. He says to Jimmy, open the club. Open the club, Jimmy. He's throwing it back at you, Jimmy. So good to see you, Rocco. We love you, man. Always good to see you in here. We appreciate the support. Who else? We have Penny in here. We talked to Penny. Said hello to her. Wayne C. What's up, Wayne C? Good to see you, brother. Crabman's in here. Appreciate you. So, and of course, Alex O and the Otter gang. Good to see you, brother. We appreciate everything you do for us. And we have Toaster. The best toasters are French toasters. Toaster, put in the chat who you think's going to win the Super Bowl. Kansas City or the Eagles? Let us know, brother. Good to see you, Rocco. So, yeah, let's hit it, DDT. What you seeing on Cardano there, man?
So I'm just looking on the weekly at the moment. I think we've just hit a local golden pocket. Oh, hit the 786 of the full move down. So basically the bear market lows, or after the first rotation. Yeah, because obviously this was the bear market range here, had a range there, and then from this low here we've just hit. I think we might have. Yeah, so we just hit the a key 786. So this is quite a key level to hold. We've got this POC around here as well.
What's that wick down to? What's that price point at the bottom of that wick?
It's 50 cents basically. 50
Wow.
017.
When did it do that?
That was probably on Monday. When was this? Yeah, Monday last week. Obviously on that drop with Bitcoin's dropped to like 91 or whatever it was, 92.
Man, I wish I'd have bought some at that price point. That would have been awesome.
I think Tradefly was watching his show, or the nightcap, and I think he 53. I think he said something like that. Maybe it was 83. I don't know.
Wow.
But he got in at a very good price, literally on this week on Monday. Although I don't really trade Cardano. Obviously, I'm like you, Billy. I mainly trade Bitcoin and then maybe a few alts. But I'm just not interested in alts at the moment because they're just not doing much.
Right.
And
right.
yeah, so at this point, it's holding this. Do we have any weekly levels, daily levels? Daily points of control. Might have had a daily point of control that it hit. Where's my PVP? Now I'm trying to see where all these. Yeah, there was two points of control here that it literally ran into as well. So these two red lines are from these 2 days of naked points of control as well. 786. Yeah. I don't know if there's actually any ranges here where it could probably come down to. Let me turn the PVP off now because it's just going to make a mess everywhere. Yeah, it could locally. It's formed a range here, so it's not really. It's kind of below this on the 4 hour. I presume money flow just looks like trash everywhere. Red daily. Yeah, daily red. 4 hour red, sorry. Daily red. Weeklies. Even weekly money flow on Cardano is red, which is also like some of these alts. You wouldn't expect this in a bear market. I mean, in a bull market, sorry, that the weekly money flow now turns red on some of these. So not looking good, but if we let's hide that one. I think it's got so yeah, the key level for me to hold is obviously is 66 cents. So where it's kind of literally bounced from is obviously a key. Obviously it wicked, and then now on the sweep earlier, it's come down into that 66.81. And I think I can move to there. Yeah. It's tough because it's got two profiles here. So anything between, it might, just depending what Bitcoin does, but for the most part, 60 to 70 cents is probably what level it's at now. It's like at closing at 67 now at the minute, 67 cents. Rectangle. So you have this zone. Oh, why did that do that? So you have this zone here at the moment. So basically anything from 66 to 80 cents is kind of its trading zone at the moment. And if it's going to find resistance, yeah, probably a short back up here, but it's going to have to come back up. So obviously we've got a golden pocket basically on the val, and obviously it's rejected this value area up here at like 90 cents. So if it comes back up to 90, could be a short. Obviously not what you want to hear, Billy, being a Cardano person, but everything at the moment is just not looking all that good. Oh, sorry, let's just go back onto the, is there any daily naked points controls above us? There's one literally just below this POC here. So at like 72 cents. Yeah, so 72, 73 is probably going to be the next. We flip back, go lower time frame. Yeah. You got this profile here, sorry, that looks like absolute atrocity. So it fell out of this local range. So for now, it needs to reclaim. Yeah, it needs to reclaim 60, say 68.6 or 69 cents. And then obviously it's just got this whole, it's got a local profile here that's kind of been respected. See, rejected the value area high, came down, rejected the value area high, came down, kind of almost front ran this POC here, come down, and it's just been trawling along the value area low, literally just lost it. So you've got a local range here on Cardano to play around if you want to day trade it, but pretty much just staying away. And obviously everything hinges on Bitcoin, but for the most part, alts just aren't looking good at the moment with Bitcoin dominance, the way it's doing. But you have a range basically here anyway. If it comes back in, you've got a range to trade, and you can just do the full volume profile rotation again. So you've got a local range between say between 68 and 77 cents, which is not bad. That's a perfectly decent day tradable range. So what's that price range? About 6% or 12%. If it does a rotation on that, you can make a good little pocket of money on that.
Dave throws on 10x leverage, 126%. We're good to go, Dave.
Yeah. So it's looking, it's just the money flows, and also as well Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance. You know, the naysayers and the bear callers on X or kind of social media at the moment. There's a lot of things that just aren't really looking good for alts at this point in time.
Yeah. No, it's definitely things are beat up from the feet up, no doubt.
Blood on the street still.
Always a good time to buy, in my opinion.
We've got a few weeks left of this, I think. Obviously, in a post-halving year, generally February is bullish, kind of per se, kind of back-tested. So it could still move up a little bit, but it's just, I think the mechanics of the market have changed, specifically from this cycle, or from last cycle to this cycle. So it does make it a bit more difficult to kind of be full giga long on kind of altcoins at this point. We just got to let all the kind of doom and gloom play out and let it settle, and then from there.
Yeah, 2 cycles ago there was 3,000 cryptos. Last cycle there was 22,000 cryptos. This cycle there's 36 million cryptos. So you have a lot of cups. If you imagine dollars going into cups on a conveyor belt, all these cryptos, you have a lot of money going into these cups. Now, 99% of them are worthless, right? But still, that's people's money going into these meme coins and stuff. There's just a lot more cups to fill right now. And so it's definitely a different feel to it. We had a lot of firsts this time, right? So we had the all-time high before the halving. We had the ETFs come out this year. We have, Saylor just continuing to buy billions and billions of dollars of Bitcoin, even changed his name to Strategy with the little Bitcoin logo behind it. And we have a lot of states. There's 22 states right now that are have proposed a treasury reserve in the states of Bitcoin. So it's there's a lot of firsts going on, and a lot of that sounds very bullish. But from the bottoms of 22 to the tops of today, I mean, we've had a good move, man. We've had a really good move from 16 something, 16.5, 16.9 up to what, 108. And now we're ranging right here at 95. I mean, it's hopefully people have taken their profits, you know. And
and the issue kind of is that the big money is still going into Bitcoin. The big money hasn't rotated yet.
the dominance, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things for me that I did spot is Bitcoin dominance, money flow is in the green. This needs to flip red, literally, as well as kind of one of the indicators. If I'll go back, I don't know where it was, where it dropped. Here's where it dropped. I don't know if, let's just mark this out. This is just something I was looking at, kind of spotted the market stuff. When was that? 21. So this was June. It was June 21 where we had the fall off, kind of Elon tweets and all of these things. This was my first cycle. Obviously, I've only started using market cycle within the last year. But if you look here, daily money flow in the red, or drops into the red in altcoin season. So that is probably our, obviously everyone's looking for structure, right? So break of structure, breaks is 60% or whatever the level is. But full ball alt season is when Bitcoin dominance money flow on the daily will hit the red. And it's not there yet. It's just something I spotted the other day, kind of me just being nosy and kind of looking for things. So Bitcoin dominance, it's slowly curving over, but not really. It's probably going to come up a bit, but it could do that. That's what we want, and we wanted to do that within the next few months, so at least we get some form of alt season.
Yeah, I think June's going to be a good month for crypto, and you know, because a lot of people, you know, sell in May and walk away.
Mm-hmm. So Q3, Q4 is probably, if now this quarter doesn't play out,
right?
If up until May doesn't play out really and give us any hints of upside for alts, then probably we're gonna have to wait till like August, July, August. Buy in July, let fly is the sell in May, walk away. Buy in July, let fly is what we always told.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, I'm getting in my ear now that I hear that Jimmy has accepted the challenge from Rocco, and I don't know what's going on. Well, looks like somebody has opened the club.
Oh man, Jimmy, you remind me of Dave sitting there, just kind of like, and you know,
Rocco, you take that back to the boys. We opened the club on Sunday. Take that back. Let them know.
Well, folks, let me tell you about this fantastic group, Givers Gain. They're all about connecting like-minded people in the crypto world who believe in that philosophy. Catch them on Tuesdays and Sundays for some great content that will truly touch your life. It's going to be tremendous, believe me.
We even have Trump shilling Billy Goat Tails. That's amazing. Dave, digital head of digital production.
Billy said that we have to tell you guys that that's parody. That's really not Trump.
It is parody. It's a joke. He certainly didn't say that, but I still like it.
It doesn't mean that this is not Elon.
Greetings and salutations, fellow seekers of wisdom and camaraderie. Allow me to regale you with the tale of Billy Goat Tales, a paragon of the giver's gain ethos in the crypto cosmos. Join our assembly every Tuesday evening and bask in the enlightenment for a deeper dive into the realms of motivation. Catch me on Sundays at Giver's Gain 111. Let the resonant frequencies of our shared ethos elevate your spirit. Stay lit, stay inspired, and remember the future beckons.
The club has been open. Take that.
DDT saying, what did I just get into?
No, he's
Just
a kid
Dave.
at heart. You don't.
Dave being Dave.
You look at DDT on the outside and you think he may be boring. He is not at all boring.
Yeah.
He is a lot of fun.
So what do you guys?
But we have, but we have to be though, Dave.
flyover.
That's the thing.
Yeah, man.
What
Stay
do you
young.
guys
Jimmy?
flyover planes were for the
What's
Super
that,
Bowl?
Jimmy?
I said, what do you
What's
guys
that?
think the flyover planes were for the Super Bowl?
I don't know what you mean.
F-15s?
Drones?
Freaking Ospreys!
No kidding.
Like what?
Well, maybe
they were
Tony
getting
can
rid of
drill
all
us
those.
into some of this. Maybe Tony can drill us into some of this.
Yeah, just
What's
give me a
Osprey?
second. I've also got my own club video coming here shortly.
Oh, Tony's in it.
the battle of the
Rocco.
clubs.
Rocco.
Oh.
You better
There's
clip
gonna be
it.
some jiggling. Gonna be a lot of
Maybe
jiggling.
not.
Maybe-
Maybe
I
not.
mean,
of
I
that.
almost put that one up, but I decided to go with DJ rather than boobies. Just because, Dad's here.
Foot foul. Foot foul, Dave. Foot foul. That's funny.
I had to Google what an Osprey is.
It's a big bird.
Yeah, like an army helicopter.
Helicopter plane.
Yeah,
Hey, have you ever seen one of
They got
those?
like 2 F-15s and 4 of those. That was just kind of
Yeah.
odd selection. Must have
Have you
been
ever
all
s-
that was available.
If you see those things up close and in person, though, man, they're scary, dude. I mean,
Dude, those things
there's-
move some air. They
oh
move
yeah,
a lot of air.
yeah. Back in my military days, I was I got to fly on a lot of different helicopters, Chinooks, Blackhawks, Hueys, and we were at a division air cavalry post, and they had everything, man. And some of that stuff, I'm like, how is it even flying, man? It's just unbelievable. And it's like when they take off, man, it is loud and it's crazy.
Yeah, if you ever go to Vegas, I highly recommend going up to the racetrack and going to exotic racing. And whether you drive cars or not, if you just hang out there for a little bit, when the F-35s and the 22s start running training drills, I mean, every one of them are taking off from Nellis right there. Yeah, that's Nellis right there, isn't it? Anyway, there'll just be
Sounds
squadrons of those things. Taking off, and then you can watch them just go off into the canyons, never to be seen again.
We
Pretty
had
wild.
a whole brigade of cobras, and if you haven't seen a cobra, literally, I could put my hands out like that, and that's the front of a cobra. It is so narrow. One passenger, just the pilot. They're so small and nimble, and they're like mean wasp, man. Those guys can do some unbelievable thing. Big jetpack on the back. It's something you draw out of a cartoon. It's just crazy. Those things are deadly. And I haven't really heard much about the cobras in the last few, 10, 12, 15 years, but they used to be a very strategic part of military assault. So yeah, those things are bad to the bone.
Cobras or Apaches?
These were cobras. These were they're very nimble and
Yeah.
small, but they have a
They
jetpack
kind
on
of look like an Apache, but they're just
They
really
kind of do,
small.
yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot smaller. What do you got, Tony?
All right, so I've got the video going of the end of the singing of the national anthem where the Ospreys are coming in. So I've got that ready. But first, let's go ahead and get this other club opening video going real quick. See what y'all think. All right, so we had another
Let's
club
go.
there. Another club shout out DJ Billy in the house.
Clip it,
Man, with
Rocco.
all that money over there spent on production, and look at our clubs.
Yeah, we just pull them up on the fly. We got the clubhouse going. So if you want to watch part of that Super Bowl pregame show, I can pull up some of that. Let me just hit present and get the share screen going, and we should be able to have that on screen. I've got the sound, so I'm not exactly sure where I caught it in the singing the national anthem, but I see the Ospreys in the background, so we can. I'll share screen. We can go from there. Well,
Maybe.
Hello, guy.
it actually. All right, I'm gonna pull that off for a second because right when I went to it, then all of a sudden it went away. So let me get into live. I think because it switched from the pregame to the live game that's going now.
Well, while he's doing that, make sure you guys flat smack that like button for us. We appreciate you, especially you guys on X. Don't feel free to chat in the stream.
Damn field.
Yeah, man, and I have those songs that we just made on AI too, Billy. If you want to put them out to the community, see if they like any of them.
No, not really.
Ooh.
Y'all got to see this.
I know you're pushing it, Dave. Let's
sketch they're doing at the beginning. Or actually, it was a commercial. It was awesome.
Can you pull it up, Jimmy? Waiting for. Oh, you're muted, Jim. We can't. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say.
I said I can rewind the TV and spin my laptop around.
Tony's muted now. It's a mute fest today.
There you go.
All right.
Which commercial?
It was a Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, I believe. Very first commercial that they went to after the coin toss. It was pretty damn funny.
Dutchie. Foot foul, Dutchie. Foot foul. You guys are killing me. They still do the puppy bowl, Crabman. Crabman says they still do the puppy bowl.
Yep. They still do it.
Well, do you want me to just play the whole national anthem? They share different scenes.
Then I got to stand up and take my hat off.
Yeah. You can take your hat off and maybe stay in stream.
I mean, DDT doesn't. I had Harry Connick on earlier, too.
Yeah.
All the NOLA boys. Master P was even there.
Yeah, Toaster. Got to get Matty B. Got to get Matty B. It's gonna be an interesting, fun game. I'm gonna get some wings going for sure, man. I gotta get some wings going for the Super Bowl.
Are they kicking off now?
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah, don't pull that up, Tony. We'll probably get shut down if we start streaming the Super Bowl.
Oh, hell yeah. NFL will be knocking on our door tomorrow morning. When it was funny because when it was here in Houston, the couple times it's been here, literally people from the NFL are driving around to restaurants. If they had anything on an outside sign that said Super Bowl, I mean, they were pulling lawsuits on people. So everybody was spelling it SOUPER so they wouldn't get in trouble. It's nuts. It's like, don't y'all want more people to watch this crap?
Right. So do you want me to pull up that Stitch commercial?
Yeah,
That was
sure.
funny.
All right, just give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, you're doing that, Tony. Some of the streaming news that head of digital production, Dave Digital, found for us was trending. Was Trump's pick for the our crypto czar, which is David Sachs. It's with this market being the way it is, there's gonna be some news. There's gonna be some news that's gonna come out. Is my opinion, right? Over the next 30 days here. And I think that's going to be good for crypto because we got a crypto administration now, pro crypto administration, working on things behind the scenes, right? We know that we get fed little tidbits here and there. The good thing is we could be like during Gary Gensler's time and our previous president's time, we were getting tidbits drizzled of bad news all the time, right? SEC files another lawsuit. This company reached out, wanted to see what they needed to do. And next thing you know, the SEC slaps a lawsuit on them. It's like now we're being spoon fed and they're trickling in good crypto news. So I think that's going to bode well for all of us in the crypto market over the next 30 days and really the next 4 years, but certainly the next few months. So that's good. I mean, that's kind of a little hopium. I'm looking at the market with somewhat of a filter this time, just like last time I had a little filter on too, more of a bearish filter, right? So
what do y'all think about how they talk about Sachs and Elon and what they've called the PayPal mafia, the some of the originals from PayPal that has been termed the PayPal mafia. I mean, I'm not trying to get onto all sides of things. I just thought that was interesting when I was looking up Sachs and doing some research just to have some discussion. I just thought that term was interesting, probably because of some of the NFT projects I've been in the past and whatnot. But have you all heard?
Do you think it's a derogatory term or just kind of describes their success afterwards and how they controlled the digital game or had a big influence over it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that naysayers are trying to say that there's some attempt at controlling from the different people that have, like obviously Elon has some influence and now Sachs, being in that position. But I mean, I'm impressed by the fact that people can go out and build not just one business but multiple. But I just thought that was an interesting term, so I was going to look more into that. But not necessarily from myself going down that rabbit hole. I just thought it was interesting.
I think from my perspective, outside looking in, what Elon is trying to accomplish is good in terms of fiscal spending because the American debt is so high. So yes, he's trying to help cut that fat and reduce the spending and reduce the debt and create surpluses, but not everyone agrees with the way that he's doing it. And also as well, everyone is saying there's overreach because of, you can't just give some random billionaire access to certain things, which is right. But for the most part, I think what he's trying to do is just eradicate all the gross negligence and spending, which you have to type in the purse strings. What are they, like 38 trillion US, like 38 trillion in debt now or whatever. I haven't checked the debt clock, but for like what he's trying to achieve is good, but maybe in the way that he's doing it isn't, and kind of the stuff that he'll have access to is probably not that good, kind of considering who he is. So for the most part, for me, it's a good process. It's something that will be beneficial. But yeah, probably just the way that things have been worked out, and everyone not liking Elon and the way he's doing things is probably the detractor at this point. I think they just need to find a fairer way of doing it, not just cut, and yeah, just exploit everything, or not exploit, expose everything. So the process is the process and the thought is good, but just the way it's working out isn't, and that's what's ruffling feathers.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for what they're doing, and you're always going to step on some toes when you change regimes and politics. But hey, as an American, some of the stuff that they have already uncovered in the open finance committee and the Senate committees that was just streaming live. So instead of like listening to news on one side or the other, you can watch on C-SPAN, you can watch the actual hearings, and you can watch the senators, speak with their own voice and, hey, this is what we found. And that's kind of what I do. If I'm interested enough to look at that, I don't read the papers. I don't watch the news. I'm not, everybody's got their angle and their politics. Now, I go right to the horse's mouth, see what it says. And some of the money that we have spent is just ridiculous. So I'm glad they're in there and just cleaning out the corners and drilling down and peeling back the onion and trying to find out what the heck is going on with all of our money. I'm all for that. We're going to break some hearts. There are going to be people that get upset about it. Mostly because of politics, I would say. Mostly because of politics.
And that's the thing. It's just the political side. Everything now it'll be politicized, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
but
the
reason for them doing it is good, but obviously the how it's working out isn't really. So that's It's the same with the UK. UK's overspending in ridiculous fiscal deficit, and yet we'll continue just to throw money at everything, like even though we don't have it. So the UK needs to get to this point as well at some point.
We in the crypto space know that the real problem is the fiat system, right? So it's going to be hard to fix something that you can self-generate and just hit a button and create more of without scarcity, with an open supply. So we understand that. We're in this echo chamber of the crypto space, though. While the world's still in the fiat system, and while we are the reserve currency, we have to clean up our own house here, man. Even though I don't think it's going to ever be able to be fixed, right? Because of the fiat system, right? So there's going to always be debt. It's a debt instrument, right? So, but there's a lot of fixing to do before we get there. And if they could ever balance a budget, what I take in, I spend out, not a penny more. That would be a great start. That would be a great start. It's going to be hard to do, I would say. But Tony, what do you got queued up over there? Anything?
Yeah, I got queued up the Stitch commercial, and just from what you all are talking about, government spending. I mean, just my brief stint as someone who had to purchase for one small little office of 6 people. I have experienced that attempt to try to overspend. And since I was in charge of it and I was liable for any overspending, whether someone would ever come after me or not, I chose not to purchase all the extra stuff. But anyways, I digress. We'll let's watch this Stitch commercial. Let me pull it up now. Should be able to hear it.
All right, folks, there's a breaking development. There's something down on the field.
I see that too. What is that?
Looks like a koala or a dog or a...
They're all out there right now. They're trying to catch it. They're having a real hard time. They've got trash cans.
He's got no chance.
I think they got it. Nope.
Now he's gone and driving a cart. Uh-oh, watch out for the door. Oh, that thing is indestructible.
That's hilarious, man.
Well, is it time for this?
It's time. He's
Time for
muted.
Jimmy's final thoughts.
He's muted, though.
theme
There you go,
today,
Jimmy.
isn't it? Isn't that the theme of the day? But yeah,
Dude,
when
you
they
saw-
showed it, it was like they were showing the game, and then they cut to that, like with no gap in it, and I was like, wait, what the hell is going on? And then all that went down, and I was cracking up.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
There was my one Super Bowl commercial for the year.
That might turn out to be the best one, bro. It could turn out to be the best one.
Gonna be a rough
What
week,
else?
I think.
Let's go through
Everybody
chat
stay
real quick.
safe.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I thought you finished. Go ahead, Jimmy.
No, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be a rough week. Everybody stay safe and be smart. Don't do dumb stuff. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. Tony, you got any final words?
No, I was just actually going to create a poll to see which club people want us to head out with today. Do we want to head out with the first one we had today, or the second? I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I think we just choose go out of the as we sign off today, we just go out with Jimmy's club and go from there. But no, I don't really have anything else. Enjoy the game, enjoy time with family. Really, I think that's what it's about, right? Enjoy time with family or friends or whoever you're gathering with today. Thank you for being with us today and gathering with us, whether you're signed off already now or with us still. Maybe football's not your thing, but thank you for spending time with us. So that's about it.
And don't forget, Tuesday, we're going to have on our X Space at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be discussing how to build wealth by taking action. And it's going to be a good space. It's again, another personal development principle to help everybody gain all kinds of wealth, right, from taking action. So we're going to be hitting that on Tuesday. Going to have some cool guests there, I'm sure, pop in. So, Dave, what do you got? Look, going around the horn. Any final words?
Nothing new. Just watching what Bitcoin's going to do.
You still net short?
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that, because I want you to get that. I want you to get funded. That'd be awesome. Crypto Face will love it. You'll love it. DDT. Final thoughts?
Not much. Just watching price now. I've kind of decided I'm rather not going to scalp too much now, rather just look for the bigger swing plays with Bitcoin. So for the most part, I'm just going to wait for tomorrow. Apart from that, not much else up. Go to bed. It's late in the UK.
What time is it there?
Just before midnight, 5 to midnight.
Wow.
So yeah, 2 or 5 hours ahead of you guys, I think, depending where
Yeah.
you are in the US. So
Well, have a good night. Tony, you gonna hit the club and then I'll hit the. Is that how you want to end, or?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go. Let's go.
That's awesome, man. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in, hanging out with us. Super Bowl day. You could be anywhere. You're with us. We appreciate you. Much love. Billy Goat Tales out.